3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to SIP Warriors with Quadzilla Karina.
And Viking Josh. Today, we have two very special guests who I personally love and admire, and they are from Pinkie Mindset, okay? You can find them on social media, but I will let them introduce themselves. Y este va a ser en español, Spanglish.
Spanglish.
This is going to be one of our Spanglish podcasts, so stay tuned. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, hi. Thank you for having us here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be in Spanglish because Pinkie Mindset is in Spanish. So that's why she says it's going to be in Spanish. Pinkie Mindset es un programa para mujeres emprendedoras. Mujeres así como nosotras, bellas, hermosas y muy trabajadoras y emprendedoras. Que nace justamente hace 1 año y medio, ¿verdad?
Año y medio, sí.
So, mi nombre es Lisette y
Es Fanny.
Fanny.
Y pues bueno, Pinkie Mindset nace justamente en la época donde todo el mundo no se sentía como que, ¿qué voy a hacer? Es la pandemia, ¿no? Y prácticamente nace con la finalidad de empoderar a muchas más mujeres a que crean en ellas mismas, a que crean en su liderazgo, pero sobre todo a que nos apoyemos unas a otras, ¿no? A través de nuestra experiencia. Entonces, pues muchísimas gracias por tenernos aquí. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad to be here with you guys.
Claro, es un honor, es un honor. Precisamente la historia de nosotros es muy chistosa como nos conocimos. Yo atendí a un podcast que su esposo tuvo, Sam, con la compañía 1814, y fue donde Lisette y yo nos conocimos con Fanny. Entonces, poco a poco me fui dando cuenta que también ellos tienen su podcast, que se los recomiendo al 100%. Pinkie Mindset es realmente un programa para todas las mujeres que necesitan ese empuje, pero en el área de trabajo, ¿cómo se dice entrepreneur en español?
¿Emprendedor?
Emprendedoras. How do you say it, babe?
Honduras.
So, I want you to share your story with us a little bit. Tell us how it started for you. Cuéntanos cómo comenzó tu viaje, qué fue lo que te hizo comenzar Pinkie Mindset, o qué fue la realización de ese sueño para que ustedes empezaran a ayudar a otras mujeres a salir de su jaula.
How do we
por
sit
si-
down?
Wow.
Yeah, that is really cool. La realidad fue el no poder estar sin hacer nada.
Sí.
Porque fue justo, como dijo Fanny, en la pandemia, so en 2020, it was the COVID, you know, all the pandemic happened, everything was closed, everything was shut down, and we are like, oh my God, so what we are gonna do? Okay, so if there is not any way to go and work, like we need to do something, you know? So we somehow, somewhere, God sent us everything, and I believe that God aligned everything in the moment that needs to align everything, because, as you say, my husband is very creative and very innovative guy, so he decided to invest in equipment for podcasts, and I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm just gonna buy it. We're just gonna need it. Marketing is everything, and we're in marketing, and we need to market ourselves, and we need to market the company, and all that stuff. And that's how really everything started, because we haven't had none of the equipment. We have cameras, like the regular cameras that everybody can have. Just go buy, purchase a camera in Best Buy or whoever plays that sells cameras. But the reality is that who goes and purchases a microphone and a really podcaster, So, okay, my husband did that. And then I was like fighting with him, like, what are you doing? Why do you do that? Then he explained me all the vision, all the idea that he has, and I was like, oh, makes sense. Okay, cool. And then COVID happened, and I was like, oh man.
Oh, so this was all before COVID. When he
Yes.
got everything?
Yes.
Wow.
He got everything, I think, like 1 month before COVID started.
Wow, kudos to Sam.
Yep.
So COVID happened, and then we have a studio complete full out already, set it up, and we're like, man, you barely buy a whole studio, and now everything is closed. So we was preparing the opening for the studio, we was preparing everything, and then we couldn't do that because for COVID-19. And then we just get like, well, okay, use for ourselves. We cannot be around people, but we are together all the time.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
why we don't start like that? So then I just call Fanny, I call a couple of co-workers that are with us, and I was like, hey, Anna, Fanny, Danny, and I was started calling all the women that are with us in the company. And then I was like, hey, I have an idea. We have this, we have that. Why we don't start a broadcast, like a TV show, like a TV program? You know, we have a lot of ideas. I think we have a lot of talent, and we need to let people know everything that is coming to my mind, to your mind. Like, share ideas, you know? And social media right now is big, so needs to use that. And that's how everything started. And the first Pinkie Mindset was in the living room of my house.
Yeah. I remember
That's
that.
true. You can go to the Pinkie Mindset in the social media 1940 Mentors in the IGTVs. You can see that the first Pinkie Mindset was in a living room, and that living room, it was my house. And I was like, well, we just do it very home, very house. But we start. And then we get a commitment between the four that start together. Like, okay, every week we are going to do it. Because like that, we don't know when everything is going to open. Like that, we are not going to get bored. We are going to be planning the whole week, then talking, practice public speaking, practice how we're going to see the camera, practice how we're going to talk in the microphone. And really, 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 it has like a lot of practice behind
Yes, it does.
it before to start to get confident in the microphone. Because we get very, very...
And the first one.
That brings me back memories to our first
Yeah, like
podcast.
the first two, maybe the first two podcasts.
we were so robotic, and we're trying to be so organized.
Organized.
Yeah,
Scripted.
that doesn't work.
Yeah,
So, for those that don't know, all of our podcasts are non-scripted. What you see is what you get. Whatever comes out, and it's all in the open. So,
Yeah.
Special like Karina's bloopers. Karina's moments.
there'll be one soon.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. I love how you said that, you know, God aligns everything to happen in its time, which is amazing because sometimes there's things that we get an urge to do and we don't understand the why, but there's always a reason behind it. So kudos to Sam on doing that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
If
definitely.
not, we're not here.
Exactly. And it also came out of a necessity.
Oh, yeah.
You see that? You needed to express yourself, and that's wonderful. You know, you
Yeah.
did something with it, which I think that is when I started to listen to y'all as well, and it really helped me personally because, you know, for those that know, I love fitness, I love training, but one of my biggest fears, I don't know if y'all know this, was actually speaking and being behind a camera. And I'll share one of my common things during this time. I used to do on Facebook this thing called Karina's Corner. I don't know if y'all ever got a chance to see it, but it was on Facebook. I would go live and I would just sit there and have rants about what was on my mind.
Wow.
And I used to do that, and everybody's like, well, you need to do it in Spanish. And my Spanish was like, not 100%. So when I started listening to y'all started motivating me. So I'm excited that y'all are here.
That's
That's so nice that we can inspire you in that
Yes,
way. You know, you never know like which woman can like inspire another in like different ways.
Exactly.
I like that.
I love it. So tell me a little bit about y'all's personal experience. What would you share with somebody that's watching today that you would tell them take that leap of faith? An experience, una experiencia donde tú te has sentido que posiblemente no ves, no tienes una visión, pero dentro de ti sientes la necesidad, aunque con temor, de tomar ese brinco de fe.
Yeah, to jump, no?
Ajá.
Like, jump, but believing.
Yeah,
And
so,
having faith that it's going to happen.
compartan una experiencia que hayan tenido ustedes. Podría ser solas o separadas, you know, para que la gente...
El Pinkie Mindset.
Yeah, I think that when we start the company.
Really, go for it.
Yeah, when we start a company, start a company is sometimes like you are like doubting, like, should I did, should I done, should I'm gonna be success, like, all that questions that is like, but what if not? But what if yes? And there is like a lot of question marks in your mind that start to happen, and then you don't really realize what is gonna happen until you start to get actions. So when we decide to go and rent our first office was like, fuck it, let's go and do it.
Yeah, and look at you now. Look at you
Yes,
now.
and now we just go and do that. Of course, we jump, but we jump with all the faith that you say,
Yeah.
and believing that it's gonna be successful. Because I really think that the mind and the words is very powerful. And if
Yes.
I did something thinking that it's not gonna be successful, I am putting myself to fail.
I agree.
So when we start a company, of course, we start thinking that everything is gonna be successful. Everything what we're gonna do is gonna be successful. All the people that is gonna be in the company is gonna be successful. All the people that enter to work with 1814 Ventures is gonna love the culture that we're gonna start to establish. With all the positive attitude, all the positive mindset, and all the positive vibes. That's like something when I can say that happened to my mind right now.
That's awesome.
That shows that part of faith.
Yes, I love it.
Even like the Pinkie Mindset, because we don't know. Like sometimes the first one, it was like, who is gonna watch us? Like, or just my family, maybe my friends. But later on, when we start seeing like some people that like we don't know, or friends of friends, start like putting comments or stuff like that, we were like, oh wow, this message is like not only for people that we know, is getting into more people. So that's pretty much nice. So I think you start like we start that project with that emotion, with that faith, like there is gonna help like a lot of people. It's gonna impact a lot of people. So I believe that one is a good example too.
I love it. I have to tell y'all that I always, as for our clients in the fitness industry, okay, as y'all know, I always tell them, share your journey. Talk about your journey, because the more you talk about it, the more you talk about it making it happen. You have to have a vision. So, and I always tell them, you never know who you're inspiring. So definitely talk about it, share your progress, take pictures along the journey, because what you see now, it's not going to be what you're going to be seeing down the road in a couple of months, 3 months, or so forth. So, I love that faith is one of the biggest things here that we 100% believe in. And, we don't believe in coincidences, because I don't think that, our paths cross.
Yes.
I think that everybody's aligned, to meet for a purpose, for a big purpose. So what questions do you have for them, hon?
Just what not really inspired you, but what is the one thing that made you want to keep going, other than being, seeing the success and having the faith? Like for us, it was like helping people, you know what I mean? And seeing their attitudes change and their positivity grow, especially in the fitness industry. You can see the confidence come up in people that start to work out, start to lose weight, or start to be more active. You could just see them, and it's funny because we have their pictures as they come along, and when they start, it's always a frown.
No, and then this, no head on the
head,
pictures,
and they're frowning.
Yes.
And then you see after the results, they have a big smile.
Yep.
And then the next picture, they're wearing two-piece bikinis for the women. The guys have the shirt off, and they have a bigger smile, and you can see the smile gets bigger and bigger as the as the time goes on.
Yes.
So,
and also their charisma.
Yeah.
The charisma, it's like
Yes.
they're happy, they're motivated, they're energized,
more confident.
which is one of the things that we love to see. And then not only that, they begin to empower others.
Exactly.
It's a chain reaction.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that for me, in my case, it's changed people's lives. So we, not just as a Pinkie Mindset by 1814, also by 1814, we start this company to change people's lives. So basically it's to inspire other people to change the routine of life, what is work, A lot of people just think when you say, I need to find a job, a lot of people need to find a job outside.
Yeah.
And the first thing that goes to your mind is, I need to find a job 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. how much is gonna be my hourly pay. You know, that's like the common things that it's here in the United States, because that's like the majority of the jobs pays like that. So when we start to do this business, we experiment that part, and we are like, okay, it's not everything about hourly base. What about if your hour it's $500 and not $10, as most of the people is paying you? And when I discovered that my hour is not just $10, now my hour is like $1,000, $500, is when I was like, what what I am doing. And then it's when that necessity to start to share with people and inspire more people comes to me, because I feel like, you know what, everybody needs to know this, because if not, I'm just gonna be selfish not to telling people how I am become successful in my path, even when I am not American, even when I am arriving from Mexico, even when, you know, all the people think that you have everything against because you are not from here. But I didn't see it like that. I have everything in my favor because I have a lot of more hungriness, and I have a lot of more effort and commitment to be pushing and doing and never give up and never stop. Because that's like basically my sharing, my motivation. Share people my story about how I changed my life from a base salary payment, because I came for a salary, a regular job, and then change this to a base on performance. Pay your salary, sign your own check, sign whatever you want to pay yourself. So how much you want to pay yourself? Does $1,000 per week is good? And I was like, what? That's a lot per week. That's a lot. And I start to believe, and then I start to get inspired, and then when I get it, I believe 100% more, and then I say I need to inspire more people telling this, and that's how everything is making me feel not quick and never give up and keep motivated.
Hustler.
That's right.
I love it.
I think one of the things, especially with entrepreneurs, they always believe that it's always an easy road when you start a business to become successful, and they never see the hard roads that lead up to success, and they think it's like this, when really, like you said, it's here, you know. And a lot of people don't see the struggles because we don't always put them out there, but there's always struggles, especially for successful people. And sometimes people don't take that, and they take it for granted, and what they see is, oh well, you got lucky. No, we just worked harder, you know. And successful people know exactly how it is. You work a whole lot harder than other people that are like, oh, pity me, or poor me, or you're just lucky, or you were born with it, or whatever the case is, that people don't see that. And even with us, is like, there's other businesses that we try to get off the ground that failed. You know, we've lost miserably, and we lost a lot of money going into these businesses and investments and everything else, and people don't see that. They just see, oh, well, they're doing good now, they just got lucky. No, we just try to work harder than the next people or the last people. And the same thing goes with y'all. I mean, it's just hard work, and people don't want to see that because they don't want to put the hard work into it, but the results are always worth it.
That's true. It's like the business that you guys are in, as you say, the fitness world. You know, that's why I become your clients. Because I really believe hard work. You say hard work. If you don't put the hard work, how do you expect to have a really badass body if you are not putting the hard work? Then you can just be like scrolling down in the social media and see like, oh my God, she has a really nice body. I wish I can have that body. You wish? Come and put actions. It's like, stop wishing, stop to do it, start to do it, stop wishing and start to put actions in order to get it. And that's why I really love to talk to you and love to keep in touch with you, like basically every week, because that keep me motivated, because I see everything like a mirror, you know. I say like I always say, and people that is now in the company, I am preaching by example, you say.
Exactly, yep.
You need to preach by example. I really believe a leader needs to lead by example, because it's not to be a boss, it's need to be a leader. So why are you doing this? The reason why is because this. And you say people start to be more happy, they smile more, they feel more confident, they feel more this. Yeah, that's true. Because you are full in their spirit. You're filling, right?
Yep.
Like, les estás
Filling their
llenando, les estás llenando el espíritu. And basically that's what we are doing with Pinkie Mindset too. We are filling the mind. It's
Inspiring. Inspiring.
with ideas.
Yeah, and motivate. And because when you say something very important, like when you are struggling, you need that. Yeah, I mean, based on my experience, like when the journey is like this, and you need that motivation. If you surround yourself with people that is gonna help you, that is wow. Like
Yes.
if you if you're gonna increase like this, you can increase like that because it's somebody that is like always like supporting you.
Yeah, I think that's a great, what's the example where, you know, a lot of times you either have a supporting circle or a circle that's going to suppress you, okay?
Yep.
So you have to be very wise in who you surround yourself with. If you're a warrior, okay, because that's our mindset here. If you are a warrior, don't you be hanging around no chickens. Okay? Seriously.
Joel's
chickens.
insane,
Right?
no?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
You
want
want to fly like an eagle? Don't surround yourself with chickens.
That's exactly. That is true. That is true because at the end of the day, there's that quote that says you are an equivalent of the 5 people you surround yourself with. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
I was not mad. I was kind of waiting.
Kind of.
I'm waiting for him to get on me. So, you know, I always tell people, if the people around you are not cheering for you, you need to find yourself a new group. If the people around you are, instead of clapping for you for making a milestone, they're like, kind of looking at you or hating on you or being jealous, those are not real friends, guys. You need to find you a new set of group.
Yep.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
We've learned the hard way, and but you know what? We are very happy for every single thing that has happened, because if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be sitting right here
Yep.
with these amazing people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, what is the next plan for y'all? Where are you? I know y'all are on Instagram. Are y'all on YouTube?
Spotify?
You're on
Spotify.
Spotify. You want to share?
Yeah, in Spotify we are
handles?
like a
Pinkie Mindset by 1814. Yeah.
Okay. Where did Pinkie come from? Where did the name come from?
Oh wow, that's a good question.
Pinkie Mindset.
It was in a restaurant, right?
Yeah, we for do that, we say let's go to take brunch. Let's go to have a brainstorm meeting
Okay.
because we need a
A
name.
name.
We start everything just a IGTV, and then it's like 1814 IGTV, and we're like, no, that's not.
No.
Let's do something more creative, something more funny, more like, you know.
Yeah, that's true. We were thinking like, you know, since it's gonna be like more for girls, right? We decide to put like something that, because I see Ventures is like a man, you know, like a bad businessman. But if I see Pinkie Mindset, it's gonna be like the women, like the version of a businesswoman, like empowered women, like
Because what's for women.
Yes,
Yeah. Oh, I
exactly.
love
So
it.
that's why it's Pinkie.
Yeah, and then Pinkie, because pink, the pink color, you know, Pinkie, because people, most of the majority, that society, I don't like that, but that society target a woman as it's smaller, it's not as strong, man is stronger, you know, all that, but that's like the characteristics that
Yes, that
society
category.
the woman. I don't like that because I believe in a equivalent world, you know, like in a balanced world. I really believe that we can be the same. Of course, a man is a man, a woman is a woman, the body is different, you know. But in mindsets, in all that achievements, I really believe that woman and man is the same. Like the same way a man is gonna be super successful, millionaire, entrepreneur, business owner, has multiple sources of income, a woman can be able to do that too.
Agreed.
And well, that's why we say, okay, let's do that like that, Pinkie mindset, because we are gonna share our mindsets.
I love it.
And then we just say, okay, it's gonna be mindsets of pink ladies, like girls,
Yes.
you know, sharing all the ideas, especially me. I don't like pink, but everybody was like that. We was in a vote, like in a democratic yeah.
We both.
And I was like, well, me, I love red, but I am not gonna say red mindset, you know. It's more like red is more neutral. It's like more man, woman. You don't know, you know. So then we just say, okay, fine. All the women identify it's a girl, pink. You
Pink,
know, okay,
yes.
let's do Pinkie Mindset. So we just
Ran
added
with
what?
it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pinkie Mindset, and then by 1814, because everything started in 1814 ventures. So 1814, as Fanny says, 1814 we start to imagine, and we are like, so what do you imagine 1814? If you close your eyes, how do you imagine 1814? As a man or as a woman? It's a man. Okay, yeah, me too. I think it's a man. And then, so now we need to do the balance, because a man needs a woman to have balance in their lives.
Yes.
So now we are gonna add a woman in 1814. So,
Yeah.
and that's how we come with Pinkie Mindset by 1814.
I love it.
It's
I love
funny,
it.
you know?
Yes.
I love it. That's a great story. That's
It
a
is.
great
It
story. Do you remember how ours came about?
No.
Neither do I.
No, it was
I
because
don't.
it's because you find strength in pain. I actually have the tattoo right there, strength in pain, and it's because at the end of the day, it's almost like entrepreneurship. You know, through the hard times is gonna make you stronger, right? It's the same thing in life. It's those hard times. So for me, the hardest time in my life is when my dad passed away, and for me that had to make me stronger a lot earlier. I was 16 years old, so for me it made me stronger, and that's one thing that always stuck with me is there's strength in pain, because at the end of that pain you're going to have more strength.
Yeah.
So the next time you go through something similar to that, it's going to make you stronger. Then you know how to deal with it better, and then it just kind of escalates from there.
I have to tell you that I just had a flashback to the conversation when we were trying to name the business. I just remembered that. I did.
And it's
I
funny
did.
because we had another name in the beginning.
Yeah, we
that,
did.
All of our paperwork got sent off. We sent all this money off to the state, and they rejected everything.
Yeah.
And we even paid to have our logo,
Yeah.
trademark, like all this money we spent, and then about 2 months later, we got all this paperwork back rejected, and they kept all of our money.
Oh, wow.
But it was okay though,
Yeah,
because
it
it
was.
was funny because when we started talking about strength and pain, we're like, no, that name has to be taken. It has to be taken, right? Because I mean, anytime you think about strength, immediately it's like strength and pain. So then when we picked that one, we're like, oh, what? This can't be possible. It was meant to be like everything was just green lights, green. I was like, all right,
Yep.
that's it.
And
Nice.
all it was funny because all the paperwork had went through in like record
We were
time. Like
shocked.
in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we had everything done,
Yeah.
which was
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, and you know, when people would ask us, well, strength and pain sounds really harsh, and it scares me. I said, well, let's think about it. I said, when have you ever experienced? I remember this conversation with this person. When was the last time you actually experienced yourself getting stronger? And they sat there and they stand, you know, and we were thinking, and they're like, wow, when I was dealing with pain. I said, that's exactly why we called it strength
That's
and
true.
pain.
Wow.
Yeah, because think about it, when you want to get stronger physically, you got to go through pain, the
Oh,
soreness.
yeah, so
see?
hard.
Oh, she knows.
Karina kills me.
In a good way, though. In a good way. No, but I think that's, you know, wow, I just forgot about
And
that.
now it kind of translate. We do jujitsu now, so it translates to that. So in order to be better, you got to be submitted a whole bunch of times.
Oh
and
my
all that
God,
kind of stuff. So you go through a whole lot of pain in order to get
You had to
stronger.
have more bruise in your
Girl,
legs.
listen. It's definitely very humbling. Very humbling. Oh, just real quick. We got our first stripe.
That's good.
Yeah, we have our white belt with one stripe.
Oh,
Yay!
nice, guys. Awesome.
So that's a little highlight there in our
Congratulations.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world.
It took us a lot of pain to get there.
Oh my
Oh my
God,
God.
yes.
I believe you.
Yes. So, for women, okay, let's talk about the younger age, okay? Younger age bracket. Let's talk about maybe 15 through 19, okay? I remember personally in my 15 through 19, I was lost. I know you had a very young beginning, right? In that time frame, because we had this conversation. I'm sorry, I'm just totally putting her out there right now, guys. No, but I want to do this because she shared a story that really made me smile, because a lot of times it takes a lot of bravery to be able to take that next step. And can you share some wise words to these women in that age bracket when they're trying to find who they are? What would you share with them? to be able to stay true to themselves? I know that kind of took a little spin there.
Yeah,
but
well, I think that what you say, you're already mentioning the 5 people that you surround yourself, right? There is it's written in a book. I don't remember who say that, but there is in a book that says like, be careful with who you surround yourself, because at the end of the day, you are gonna become with who you surround. So you want to see your future, just turn back and look around who are your friends.
Yep.
And
good.
then you are gonna see how your future could be. So I think that people, girls that are between 15 to 19, I have a sister that is 23. I don't remember. She's 20.
That's
Feel
messed
bad.
up.
Listen, I'm always getting in trouble here, so I'll share that one later.
She's 20 some, 23. She's 23. You know, it's still young because it's very, especially in this era. You know, that's the
yes.
crystal
Generation.
It's different from my generation. It's like I try to treat them as the way that people treat me, and it's not working.
Yeah.
Yep, that is true.
And I
think
was like,
different.
what happened with this?
That's funny. Cristo, the Cristo, is that in Spanish?
Yeah.
La generación de
La
cristal.
generación de cristales en español y en English es Crystal Generation.
Pero ¿por
¿no?
qué? Porque di en español, ¿por qué se llama la generación de cristal?
Porque se rompen muy fácil.
I'm sorry, I had to make sure we explain that.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
they broke
It is.
so
Easy.
So
Like,
how that translates in English would be, it's a crystal generation because they can't take anything without breaking.
yeah,
so.
like basically my generation was made like como al calor, ¿no? Like cómo se dobla el
Under
hie-
pressure.
Yeah,
Under
like
pressure.
cómo haces el vidrio, cómo soldas o cómo doblas el hierro.
When you blow glass, it has to be
At
under
heat.
heat.
Like fire.
heat.
Uh-huh.
And then how do you blast el hierro? How do you say hierro?
Iron,
The iron? How do you iron?
press iron. What is it? How do
heat it up?
Sharpen iron is heating
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
You need to heat it up in order to do it like this.
To
you
bend
know?
it.
Yeah. So it's the same. So basically, I think that was my generation. And then generation that is especially in this era, that's the generation. So I think you need to start to surround yourself with people that is stronger
I agree.
emotionally. Because the generation that you was born is already like that. You cannot do anything about that. You know, it's like me. I didn't born when the cellular phones and the internet, it's barely start to pump it up. And if you have money, you are able to buy a cell phone. But if you don't, you are not gonna have a cell phone.
Girl, nowadays even the government gives people.
Yes,
I know. You
They
know?
don't even have to work.
But
for
when
it.
I was born in my elementary school, I have never think about to have a cell phone. You know, I think my first cell phone was when I was in high school.
Yeah, that was. I had a pager. Remember the little one? Hello.
Hello.
The only one was a Hello Kitty.
I remember those back in the day. So.
You know, the little packet like the
Like
penguin.
a game, like
Well,
a toy.
So basically, coming back to the idea, I'm already going out to topic. It's just like go and surround yourself with people that is gonna help you to be stronger in your emotions and in your feelings. Because in order to get that that hits that life is gonna give you, if you really want to be successful, you need to learn how to control the emotions and feelings.
Oh yeah.
Because the number thing that is gonna happen, number one thing that is could happen if you start a business or you start in this entrepreneur role, and failure comes to your life, you cannot be
Sensitive?
crying and super sensitive and saying like, fuck everybody else, I am not gonna do anything else, nothing else. You know?
But that happens.
Yeah, but that's why you need to surround yourself with people that is stronger than you,
And that
like
want to
that
see
they
you
are gonna
succeed.
keeping you like cheering yourself and don't allowing you to giving up.
Yeah.
They're gonna allowing you to cry. Yes, of course, we are humans. That's
1
why we
minute.
have
1 minute.
yeah, that's why we have the emotions and feeling, and that's why we have the tears, you know, like you can let it go, the tears, but you cannot be feeling that sadness or that failure or that frustration for the rest of your life just because that happened one time in yourself, you know. And I really think that it's gonna depend on who you surround yourself. I have a son, and I really be careful of who he surround himself, and what did he watch, and what did he listen to us to talk.
They're
Because
sponges.
if I talk always negativity, what do you think he's gonna be talking?
Yes.
But if I
Preach it.
always talk positivity and success, he saw a Lamborghini in the streets and he looked at the Lamborghini and he's like, chocolate mom, dada, look at that car. I'm gonna have one like that when I am older, when I grow up. And we're like, yeah, you are. Yeah, I love it. I wanted yellow. And he start to visualize it, you know?
Yes.
Yep.
So I really believe that it's who surround yourself the way that you was educated, but if your education wasn't not like you was expected, is with who you surround yourself.
I agree. I love it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
How about you, Fanny?
I believe that, as Lee say, it depends a lot, like with who you surround yourself. But also, I can tell you, like, ask yourself, because in that moment you are thinking like, or are focusing more on like gossips and stuff, or telenovelas or
Chismes.
chismes, stuff like that. But it's good that we as a human always ask ourselves, like, what do you want? Or how do you see yourself, like, in like 5 years, right? If, for example, if you have a friend that will go invite you to go to a party, do you really want to go to the party, or do you really want to go to take your a book and read it in your home? That's what I think. Like, really go and follow what you really feel, not like doing what everybody else is doing. Because we, in that age, we are more followers, exactly.
And eager to please others.
That
is very
Oh,
true.
I like that quote. Yeah. So I really like encourage you, like, really follow that, like, what you want, because over there will be a dream, right? I remember when I was like 15, 19, and that, like, the life that some stuff that I have right now, I dream it when I was 15.
Wow.
So that's why I really believe that follow your dreams and just be focused on what you want, not what other people want.
And never quit.
Yes.
Yeah. How about you, Larson?
What about me?
For the young guys, the young crowd, what would be something that you would give them?
I would have to say, for sure, the people you hang around with. For two, stop chasing the girls and go after your dreams. You know, at that age, testosterone takes over, and I mean, I get it. But at that point, you need to really focus on what you really want to do with your life, not just who's going to be your next girlfriend. I mean, honestly, at that age, that's what 99% of the guys that are doing, chasing after girls.
They're thinking with the wrong head.
Yes.
Yes.
But the problem is
Yeah.
you're not taught any different, so you just
Exactly.
follow along with the crowd. You follow along with this person. You know, you need to be a leader and go out there, try new things, do new things, and it's not just about your friends. You know, get experiences, pay for the experiences, and what I mean by that is get certified in something, even if you don't like it. Later on, you can change your mind. You know, whether it's, you know, let's say welding or driving a car, you know, racing, go get certified in something and do something and just start chasing different paths until you figure out what you want to do. You never know what your next passion is going to be until you try it. Like for us, it was later in life because we didn't get out and try enough things, didn't do enough things. So that's one of our biggest things now is to get out and try all new different things. Like,
However, I was going to say, don't ever let age stop you.
Exactly.
I just had to add that to him because, you know, had we done what we're doing now, it wouldn't have happened.
Yep.
So it happens to be that it's at the right time. So always remember, everything happens at its perfect timing. So,
Yep, absolutely.
yeah. Was that it?
That was it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. One thing that I will tell you this that I wanted to add on to Liz's part is, you know, we are creatures of emotion. So the first thing we want to do is, you know, you want to sulk, you want to cry, you want to go hide in a hole. 1 minute. 1 minute, cry like a little girl, do whatever it is, and then put your big chones on and let's go. That's it. 1 minute. That's it. He could even tell you right there. If I ever have a soaking moment, how many times have you seen me soak? Seriously.
400 times a day.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, I literally, like, there's no time for that. Let it all out, whatever it is you need to do. But let me remind you that nobody's going to sit there and pick you up. You got to pick yourself up. You got to be the one that's going to want to fight for whatever it is that you have in mind. But before anything, you got to have a vision. Have a vision. For me, honestly, I tell you that, I'll tell you an experience from WBFF, okay? I remember this was after the second competition, right? That we were at the gym. And you were like, are you going to go do that third show, remember? Was it second? We were in the gym. And I was like, no, I'm going for WBFF. Yeah. We were at the gym, remember that?
Yeah.
He asked me what I was going to do. So this was, I think, after the second competition. And there was another competition coming up, and my heart was not in it. So you got to listen to your heart. You got to really, really find out what it is that makes you happy, what makes you tick. Because at that particular moment, I had people, oh, you should do that, you should do that. Guess who's going to put in the work? Me, not you. You know? And you could sit there and do things for others to please them. But there's certain ways that, you know, about that, because that's two different topics. But what I'm trying to say here is when you're searching to find yourself, searching to find what makes you tick, makes you happy, you have to do what makes you happy. So for me, it was to compete again, but my vision was to go to WBFF. And here we are moving forward. Guys, top 10 in the world, WBFF for the ladies, you know, Fitness Diva 40 plus. But
And that inspired me more.
thank you.
That was super cool.
So that was a vision. That was a vision that I had. He was my biggest, you know, supporter because, you know, it you have to find your five people that will support you, that will clap for you, and you all did as well. So thank you very much, you know. Yep. And you have to find people that believe in you guys. I just, you know, would I go back? Would I do things differently? If I said no, I'd be lying because everybody wants to go back and change things. But I don't think my life would be where it is right now had I made those changes. So I'm very thankful for the good, the bad, and the ugly, you know, because that's what has made us strength in pain. So, you know, I'm truly happy that you also are able to touch different women's lives, Fanny, Liz, and inspire them because estoy practicando mi español. Okay?
Estoy practicando el español. That's nice.
Yeah, I can speak it not fluently like I want to, but eventually we'll be having SIP warriors, SIP guerreras.
Okay? Lo haces muy bien. Lo haces muy
Guerreros in Spanish. That's the goal. Just so you know,
Nice.
It's coming. So, Liz, anything else you would like to share? Something that maybe I forgot to ask and you want to share with the public?
No, just go and follow us in Pinkie Mindset by 1814 in Spotify. Go and follow us in 1814 Ventures LLC in Instagram and Facebook. So basically, all the Pinkie Mindset was posted on IGTV. So you can go and look over there, and then you can go and find the, I don't know how many we have, but more than 100, I really believe so.
Sí. Yes,
awesome.
that's true. And if you don't have time, you can just like go to Spotify, look for Pinkie Mindset, and you can go driving or doing whatever you want and listen in.
Yep.
Listen
Yep.
to us.
Awesome.
How about you, Fanny? Is there anything you want to share that I forgot to ask? Or
Well, no, just too glad to be here. It's like different to be like, you know, now you ask us questions instead of we ask questions. We are normally the host. So, but thank you so much. It has
You're-
been very fun.
You're welcome, guys. I'm glad you had a good
Yes.
time. Honey, did you want to add anything else?
Chase your dreams.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
true.
Never give up. Never give up. And the biggest thing is have your vision. Without a vision, you are literally running in circles.
Yep.
That's
Make a plan,
it.
write it down.
Yes. And any idea that comes to mind, write it down and go back to it later on because you will check it off. I promise. So once again, guys, thank you so much for joining us, SIP Warriors. Follow us on Strength and Pain Fitness LLC for Facebook, Strength and Pain Fitness on Instagram, and SIP Warriors on Spotify.
Yes.
Awesome, guys.
Thank you guys for being on the show.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
You're
And thank you guys.
Bye.